What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you how I created these 4 really easy designs using Venalisa spider gel. So I have had this in my collection for quite a while now and I'm totally late to the party, but I finally sat down and had a little play and I thought I would share with you guys how I created these designs. So if that's something that interests you, then just keep on watching. So guys, diving right in with today's video, and before we get into the nail art, I just wanted to share with you the 2 gels I had in my collection. So this is number 2 and 3, and this is the white and gold one. So I definitely wanted the black, but it was out of stock when I was ordering mine at the time, and I just haven't gone ahead and repurchased it. But after sitting down for this video, I am definitely going to be adding it to my collection because I love the versatility of these gels and how you could use them in a multitude of ways. So before we dive into the actual nail art, I first thought I would swatch for you guys the white and the gold. So this is the white one, and as you can see, it's super easy and you have total control over how thick you want your stripes to be. So obviously if you wanted a thicker stripe, you would add your tool slightly further down into your pot and then drag the remainder over onto your nail. But then just the same, if you wanted a thinner line, you just keep working that line until it gets a really nice spider web consistency, and it's so easy just to wrap that around that nail, and you do not have to touch the product, so you're not double dipping or anything like that. So it is a fab little product to work with. So for me personally, the gold one wasn't as opaque as I would like it, so I didn't really favour that one. So for the purposes of my nail designs today, I'm going to be using the white one solely. So jumping right in with design number 1, this is my shooting star design, and I'm first going in with a layer of 060 from Premier Gel, and this one is a really beautiful dark purple. So I'm going in with my first coat, curing that for 30 seconds, and then I go in with a second coat. And then onto that sticky gel, I'm going to go in with this silver foil, and I got this one, I think it was just in a set from AliExpress. So I'm just adding this and then I'm distressing it with my little tool here, and then I go ahead and use Premier Gel's rubber top coat to seal that in before I move on with the rest of my design. And then when I had gone ahead and sealed in all of that foil, I popped that into my LED light for 60 seconds, and I didn't have to wipe away the sticky layer because this is a non-white top coat, and it's absolutely amazing and still so shiny, and I am in love with it. Now my next step is to go in with the spider gel. So this is the exciting bit. As you can see, I've just basically dipped that orange wood stick into that product, and I'm dragging really nice thin spaghetti lines over into the middle of that nail, and I formed the left and right side right into the middle, so they formed sort of like a little bow. So my next step was just to go ahead and cure that spider gel for 60 seconds, and I'm now going in with a tiny little Swarovski crystal star that I got from Blue Street Crystals, and I'm just adding this directly into the middle using a little bit of Sally's nail glue, and I just fiddle around with it until I'm happy, and then I leave that crystal to fully dry. And then going in with my Indigo Nails Sugar Effect gel and a fine detail brush, I'm going to start drawing my shooting stars now. So I basically just draw 2 little thin lines going from the top and the bottom of that star, and then I fill it in with some little polka dots, and again I pop that into my LED light for a full cure. And then this is what design number 1 looks like once I have gone ahead and finished everything off, and I must admit it's super cute but was so easy to do. And this one is probably done and out the door in about 15 minutes, so it is perfect for just an added little extra on the nail as an accent nail, or you could go ahead and do a full set with this. Now we move on to design number 2, and this one is an encapsulated glitter design. So starting with my base coat, this is number 018 from Victoria Vin, and this one is called Cashmere Beige and is absolutely beautiful. So I first go in with my first layer, dry that for 30 seconds, and then I go in with my second layer and again cure that for another 30 seconds. And then just like the last one, I'm going in with some silver foil, but this time I'm adding it in a different sort of way. And then using my little tool again, I'm just going to go ahead and disperse that foil down the nail and just create a sort of little S shape for the base of my nail art. And then I just went ahead and pressed that down with my finger to make sure it was fully attached to the nail. And then I'm going in with a layer of top coat, and I'm just applying this to adhere some of these Indigo Nails snowflakes in number 2. These are basically like a little iridescent mylar pieces, and I'm just adding this sparingly, going down where I added that foil. And then going in with the Silver Hollow Alphabet. These are little alphabet pieces from Glitter Planet UK. I'm adding the word hope going right down the middle, and I'm not going to lie, this took me a little bit of a while. Those things were absolutely fiddly to work with, and it also took me a while to find the letters that I wanted, but I am so in love with them, and I will definitely be putting these to use in another manicure as well. So I basically just picked out the letters that I needed and added them in a vertical line going down that nail, and then I fully cured that nail for 60 seconds just to make sure the light penetrated underneath that glitter and everything was secure. And then I'm going in to encapsulate that glitter with this clear liquid builder gel, also from Premier Gel, and I just add one layer of this, making sure I have an even application on that nail, and then I pop that into my LED light for 60 seconds. So now I'm going in with the spider gel, and as you can see, I've added my pot just above where my nail tip is so I could drag the excess of that string going down in a horizontal line. I have gone completely out of focus this time, but I just keep forgetting that I am filming, and I just bring the tip towards me so I can see what I'm doing, completely forgetting that you guys need to see it also. But I'm basically just dragging the excess of that going down in a horizontal line, and then I switch around my little practice tip here, and then I go across in a horizontal line at the bottom. So I'm basically boxing in the word hope. So my last and final steps was to go ahead and fully cure that nail for 60 seconds, and this is what the design looks like once I have top coated everything and all of this design is complete. I am so in love with how this one turned out. It's absolutely one of my favourites out of the 4, and I really thought those holographic letters just complemented this design so much. So now moving on with design number 3, and this one is an encapsulated butterfly design with a little crystal cluster. I'm first going in with Kira Sky's Lilac, and I'm applying this to the top half of the nail, and then underneath that I'm applying Semilac Strong White, and then I use my fan brush to blend those colours together to create a gradient, and I ended up doing 3 coats of this, curing each for 30 seconds. So my next step was to go ahead and add a layer of top coat just so I had something to adhere my butterflies to. And the butterflies that I'm using today are by A&A Glitter, and they are their pastel hot pink butterflies. And I'm adding a few of these on the nail like they were sort of flying up the nail, if that makes any sense. But I basically just added these to the wet gel and I fiddled around with them until I was happy with their position. And then when I was happy with the position of those little butterflies, I popped that into my LED light for 60 seconds. And then once again, I'm going to be using Premier Gel's Clear Liquid Builder Gel to encapsulate those. So I just put an even layer on that nail, making sure everything is nice and flush. And then I once again cure that for 60 seconds. And then for this nail, since I didn't want everything to be too bulky, I am going in with my nail file. So I first just cleanse the surface of the nail, and then going in with my nail buffer, I'm just going to go ahead and file and refine the surface of that nail. And then once again, I'm going to go ahead and sanitize that nail to make sure I have removed any dust from that nail. And I'm now going in with some Indigo Nails Sugar Effect Gel again. And I'm just adding a semicircle to the top of the cuticle area. So I basically just make sure I have got the shape that I want. Everything is nice and I'm in line, sorry. And then I go ahead and fill that in completely. And this is basically just going to act as the top of the nail where the spider gel starts, so it doesn't look too obvious. And then once I was happy with that, I went ahead and fully cured that for 60 seconds. And this is basically just going to act as a little bit of a cover for where the spider gel starts, so the lines aren't too obvious. And then with my spider gel, I'm now going in and dragging some of that product going down horizontally through that nail and creating a sort of fan shape. So I'm basically just dragging that product and curling it around the nail, and obviously if you were using your natural nail you would want to add some kind of barrier for protection. So once I was finished with that, I fully cured that nail and popped on some top coat and then a little 3D cluster, and this is what design number 3 looks like, and I'm again absolutely in love with how this one turned out, and I thought that little cluster just totally complemented this design. And finally guys, we are moving on to design number 4, which is the last and final design using Venalisa's spider gel. So for this one is more of an encapsulated bling design. So I'm going in with first a layer of Kiki London's Blackpool. I'm only doing one coat of this. It's a perfect gel polish and absolutely opaque in one coat. And then just like the last time, I have popped the pot of that spider gel at the top of my nail tip, and I'm dragging the excess going down in a horizontal line, this time keeping it to one side of the nail. And then I fully cured that, and then I'm now going in with some rose gold foil, and I'm just sparingly adding this to various parts of the nail, and then I go in and sort of just distress it so it's a little bit more messier and doesn't look as placed, if that makes any sense. And then I next go in with some of that Premier Gel's rubber top coat, and I'm just adding this to where I'm going to be adding my bling pieces. And for the bling pieces today, I'm going to be using these rose gold ones that I got from AliExpress. So I first went in and added a couple of little rose gold stars, a little triangle, and some rose gold studs at the bottom and the top of that nail. And then I went in with my Premier Gel clear liquid builder gel, and I encapsulated all of that nail, again making sure everything was encapsulated but I still had a nice thin nail. And then again, I fully cured that nail, and I'm now going in with some Sally's nail glue and some of these rose gold Swarovski crystals in SS5 that I got in a set from the Nail and Beauty link, I believe. So I'm just basically adding a couple of these on top of that design. And finally guys, here is what design number 4 looks like once everything is complete. Again, super easy to do, but I really love how it turned out, and I think this one would make an absolutely gorgeous accent nail for any kind of design. So guys, that is us reached the end of my Venalisa nail art session type thing. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't do these kind of videos very often. I usually focus on one design, but I definitely had so much fun filming this one for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed all of the designs I created with the Venalisa spider gel. So I know I was totally late to the party, but it's definitely a product that deserves to be mentioned. It's such a versatile product, and it's amazing how many different creations that you could make with just one little pot of gel, and it would absolutely last you guys for ages. And finally, lovelies, to finish off today's video, I really hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I would totally appreciate it. And if you haven't already, don't forget to click that subscribe button and hit that notifications bell, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!